my face. Credit to the Cavs. They kicked our ass. They shot the ball unbelievably well from all three levels of the court. They played with great tempo. They bothered us with their physicality in the first half, which is what got us behind the eight ball tonight. I think our team approached the second half the right way. The game is tough when you don't make open shots, which I think tonight, when we did generate good looks, we didn't make any of them. I thought for the most part we continued to compete with 15 offensive rebounds and forced 22 turnovers. We just never seemed to catch any type of a rhythm on the offensive end, and the times that we did make runs, Cleveland answered, and they played great. That's a very good team that we just played, and it's a great opportunity for our team to continue to learn when we do play teams that are bigger and more physical than we are, ways that we need to adapt to the game. So the good news is these games only count as one. And like I said to you guys after our last game, it's never as bad as it feels, and it's our job to strip away the emotion, try to learn from this game, because we play again tomorrow.
Yeah, what have you learned just having to face the top two defenses in the league?
Yeah, I really don't get into much the fact that they're the top two defenses. I think it's how they play defense. They're just big and physical, and I don't think that we've had the necessary approach to the little things offensively. Things as simple as fighting for your space when you want to get a catch, sprinting to screen, bending your knees when you go to set a screen so that you can actually make contact and get your teammates open. Teams that are big and physical like this, they expose that when you don't do it. We can't just use all speed against them. You have to buckle down and be physical on the offensive end. I think when physicality is talked about generally in a basketball game, people think of rebounding and defense and those moments, but you have to be very physical in the NBA on the offensive end when you play defenses like the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I thought in the first half we did not do that consistently enough. I also thought there were moments where we got 4 or 5 great looks from 3 in a row and didn't make any of them. So it's both things are true. You can miss good looks and you cannot have the attention to the details offensively. And I think that these last 2 games have shown us that when teams do have a significant size advantage on us, we really have to be more cognizant of the little things to help each other create good shots, because we don't have one player that we rely on to just break the defense down on their own. We have to help each other generate good shots, and for the majority of this season, we've done that, and that's why our offense has been top 5 in the NBA. But we can't have slippage in those areas after we play a couple of good games, and then you go up against good defenses.
How much did you miss Kelly and his ability to play above the three-point line?
Yeah, Kelly's a big part of our team. He's a very versatile player, presents a matchup problem in a lot of ways because small guys struggle with his size and the bigger guys tend to struggle with the fact that he can space the floor, and he's very skilled. So obviously, we love when Kelly plays for us, but every night in the NBA is different, and you're never going to have 82 games of perfect health. And so it's on us as a group to adapt, for people to step up when they get opportunities, for us to be able to play some different lineups, because you can't bet on perfect health. And, Kelly has shown a lot of toughness this year. He's played through a lot of bumps and bruises so far, and he just couldn't go tonight. So I think it's always nice when he plays, but in no way am I looking at this game, or our staff will look at this game and say, oh, well, if we had had Kelly, it would have been different. We have to approach the game with who we have and try to learn from it.
On the other end of the floor, what do you think about your defense tonight?
Objection, leading the witness. I thought it was terrible. I mean, they got where they wanted to go. They made a lot of tough shots, but they also had, 10 or 11 dunks. I think their physicality around the basket bothered us. I think we've talked about, Walker continuing to grow in those areas when he's on the ball. I thought there were some plays where Jared Allen was just really physical and kind of pushed him out of the way and was able to finish. So there were a lot of loud baskets. You know, they have very talented players. Donovan's an incredible player. Darius is an incredible player. Chetty Osman had an amazing game shooting the ball. So, again, it felt worse than maybe it actually is. I'll have to go back and watch the film, but our physicality on the ball just wasn't good enough. If you let good players like that get into a rhythm, you leave yourself susceptible to them hitting tough ones after they've seen a few go in, which I think happened tonight. So I'm more concerned with the physical plays around the basket than I am with the jump shots that were made. And I think as a team, we have to continue to grow in that area. It's not, you know, I mentioned Walker, but it's not just about Walker. It's about our whole team. We have to continue to improve in those physical aspects of our defense. You know, you end up looking at it and they scored 4 more points in the paint than we did, but I think it's how they scored those points in the paint, getting all the way on the basket, the 10 or 11 dunks. Transition was a huge part of those points in the paint. You know, they really played off their defense, and anytime that we fell asleep, they ran out and got a layup. You know, Okoro got the one early off a free throw, got another one late in the first half. So, you know, they did a great job of attacking us in a variety of ways tonight. It wasn't one thing that beat us. It was a combination of a lot of different things.
Well, this might sound like a stupid question, but I really do mean it.
Oh, good.
Is there, can you win a game if you're not making shots? Like, I mean, you guys would get a steal, and then you wouldn't be able to convert on the other edge. You'd
Right.
and then it just, like, wouldn't fall the right
Right.
way. Can you still win that game?
I'm not going to say no, because I think, sure, there's different ways that you can win, but there's also some nights that just go that way, where you feel like you're developing a little bit of momentum. You know, there was that play in the first half where we got a steal, and we had a 4-on-1 fast break, and Nikhil got to 1 foot and just missed a layup. And I'll take Nikhil shooting a 1-footer every possession for the rest of the season. I have the utmost confidence in him, and tonight we just had a couple weird plays like that didn't go our way. So I think, of course, we could draw up a way to still win the game, but it's hard. You know, there's a lot of people that say this is a make-or-miss league. I don't totally believe in that, but the ball does have to go in if you want to win. So, you know, there's a lot of different things you could look at on the box score that you would say are abnormal. You know, Bees goes 1 for 9 from 3. I remembered a lot of open looks that he got, and they just didn't go. I think the one he made was a bank. So you can still win the game, but you do have to convert in those moments in order to withstand like some momentum in an NBA game, especially when you're playing a team that is the quality of the Cavs. You know, a team like that is not going to let you miss on 4 or 5 good opportunities in a row and not make you pay for it. You know, they're really well coached. They're deep. Those guys all understand their roles. They're playing together great. It's a really good team we just played.
Did you coach Talon on how to make that layup?
That was unbelievable balance. I don't really know how he did that. I thought he got hurt, honestly. The pivot, his ankle looked like it turned, but that was another amazing athletic play by Talon. Definitely not one that I saw coming, but he's definitely had 5 or 6 plays this season that I think all of us would say, I don't know how he just did that, and just add that one to the list.
That's not the first one of those that's been made on that hoop this year. Robin Lopez had almost an identical shot. Rear end almost on the floor, backflip the same way, on the same hoop.
Must be something in the water here, man.
It's freaky. You saw it and we thought, that's the same thing.
Those aren't the 2 players I would have picked to make that play either.
I'm more worried about Brian than
I think that's it.
All right. Thanks, guys.